Well, welcome to the Idaho Reload, everybody. As you see from the title, it is the head-to-head of the Mossberg 990 Aftershock versus the Mossberg 940 Tactical Pro. So this obviously isn't going to be I guess to say, an exact comparison, because one, they got two totally different operating systems. Let me put these down here. With the Aftershock, is if you've seen any of my other videos, you're already going to see. So the 990 has got a completely different receiver. It's got a totally different operating system. They actually had to move everything forward in the receiver away from this to be able to do their bird heads grip on here. And you could tell it's a modified grip, so they tapered this down to fit a 590. I wish I could do this head on with, I didn't want to wait until next year with having a stock put on this, but I don't feel like paying $200 right now, so I'll wait until January 1st when it will be free. So with that said, I'm going to try to function these and operate these in equal matter, I guess I would say. I will try to avoid with the 940 from doing exactly traditional, you know, kind of give it the same impulse this would get without because it doesn't have the stock. And so what else I'm doing, you guys, I am really making this going to make this a difficult challenge for both of these, because I am actually going to try to make it fail. So I have some old shells here. I could even tell you how old they are. There's some paper shells in here. These were my father-in-law's. I think actually these might have been his deceased brothers or his father's. So don't know. All I know is the whole time that I've been married with my wife before he passed, that he never went shooting. He didn't do that. So this stuff just sat there. I have functioned them. I have fired them. I will say I'm going to go ahead and I'll annotate that or put a little miniature screen on here. I did put it on a chronograph on these shots. I had to take a guess on what the grains of the shot were on the chronograph to be able to give me frames per second. So I don't know if that's even accurate, but based upon the chronograph, they're anywhere from 1,000 to 1,200. So it was a pretty broad spectrum. So I did test that out, see where they're at. So we'll see how both these function with them being not the ideal type of shells to be going into these, and some of them maybe being overpowered. So we'll see. I did bring some regular shot shells just in case, but I figured what's a comparison and a torture test between the two without seeing if they struggle with the worst case scenario. So as you guys can tell, it's just me out here, and these bugs out here are killing me. I'm in the Idaho desert, and bugs, I'm sweating like a pig, and I got these bugs that just keep attacking me on here, you guys. So what I'm doing here for you guys. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm probably since the Aftershock is my new one, and I haven't, only shooting that I've done on that, it was this zero in the red dot. So that's all that I've done with it. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm probably going to shoot that one first, because I have done the 940 before. So I'll probably be able to start getting some first impressions in my head initially anyways. So I'm going to find a good spot to place you guys for you guys can kind of try to catch all the action. I'm going to apologize, you guys, with the probably the low quality here, because it's just me out here filming. And to be honest with you, I didn't I already kind of drove out here, and I could have brought some other stuff. So I was going to go ahead and set up my my action cam also, but I didn't bring a tripod to put it on or function on. I forgot. When I got most of the way, I kind of forgot everything that I was gonna need. So that's what I need. Sorry, you guys. Let me get this. I'll probably just go ahead and cut this out. Let me get this adjusted in here. So just grab this so I wasn't having to keep coming back and grabbing shells, and then I'm having to do this around around my my lavalier mic here for you guys can hear me. So let me just go ahead and dump some of these shells in here. So yeah, if you guys could look at these are some old shells. I did give these an extra crimp to give them the best shot they could get to function in a semi-auto. So I did try to give them the best chance that they could get. But yeah, so let me some of these are really dirty too. Why I am loading these up, I will say, you guys, when I was zeroing in this Aftershock, I wish I would have brought some oil with me, because that, who knows, that may be the case. But I don't know if it's light primer strike, but when it came to the last round, when I was trying to do the last couple slugs to get this fire, I had like it just deck trigger. The firing pin went, but nothing went. So I don't know if that was just a hard primer in the shells, because I just went ahead and used some cheap Sterling slugs, and so maybe that was it. Maybe there's hard primers and stuff. But so it was either, I don't know, it was either light primer strike or hard primer, or the gun just needs some lube, because it just wasn't I don't know, tracking fully. So I guess we'll find out. Let me get this loaded up. So these shells are gonna, if these can function with these shells flawlessly, I will be impressed, because these shells are probably 25 years old, to be honest with you. They're close to. Oh yeah, sorry, I just forgot this is the. So let's see how we do here. Yep. So with this shell, failure to eject. Okay, that one's good. Function all those. So the one thing I could say, you guys, why I load all this up, is I should have, so hot out, I don't know if I don't want to put my gloves on, but this barrel is getting hot already. Is what I don't like is that on the Mossbergs, on either of them, that the texture on them is crap. They are it's not good at all. So that kind of is disappointing, very disappointing. So as you guys know, I'm hitting that target, and that target is about 20 yards away from here. I actually laser range found it. Now, like this one right here, I can tell this one's going to have trouble, because that tough is going in, so it's a little swollen in there. So that one may not eject. I hope I'm getting everything in the frame here, you guys. As I can't see myself. So let's go ahead and go the other style here. That one was dead. Okay. See, these ones right here, you can tell this shell's a little compressed. Yeah, it doesn't like that shell. Doesn't like that one. Will it the 940, give it a shot, see if the 940 will fire it. All right. I wish I had that other camera here, because then I can give you guys some more action. Could give you some moving and grooving, but then I'll be going out of probably what that I already did, going out of frame. Actually, I'm going to take a peek over here, make sure you apologize if I've been getting out of frame here, you guys. I guess I'll have to cut some of this out if during the editing process if I did. But what I wish, see, it would be nice to have that stock where I could rest it and actually load traditionally, but all those good. So, and on one of those shells too, the first one I put in actually was a tight fit in the chamber too going in. So, and it still ejected that. So that's a plus already. So it looks like we've only had, so what do we have on the first one? With this stuff being crummy ammo, so because we're looking at a range of 1,000 to 1,200 is what I chronographed it at. So having one failure to eject and that one just not firing, this may just be, so I see a primer strike on there, so I don't know. So I am getting a concern on whether there may be firing pin issues with this or not. We'll have to address that. And I will say, you guys, coming out here, if you go out to BLML land and to go shoot and stuff, clean up your mess. I'm out here and there's stuff all over the place, and it's so disappointing and it's so rude. That's how these kind of places get shut down. You know, if I had the time, I would clean this all up here, but I got a big construction bag. I'm gonna pick up what I believe is mine as much as I can while I'm here and pick up my mess. But pick up your mess, you guys. Go out shooting. That we take care of the land while we're out here. So anyways, I digress. I just had to get that ran out of the way. Almost. So tell me what you guys think too. I've been thinking of doing a 500 round burn down on this Aftershock. Would you guys like to see that? If you'd like to see that, comment down below. Let me know. I'd want your guys' thoughts on that. One thing I do know, the reason I'm doing so many videos on this Aftershock, because there's not much out there. Sorry, let me dump some of these in my bag here. Is that I don't see that many out here, or on the tubes. So somebody's got to get these out. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this tube, this round, and then we'll switch to the 940 Pro. Empty. All right, so let's go ahead and switch her up. All right, and thanks for telling me, you guys. I just realized I didn't have my eye pro on. I got my ear pro in, but I didn't have my eye pro. Thanks for telling me. All right, so let's see how the 940 does here. And then I'll probably finish this up with a tabletop. No, you know what? I'll probably just after I'm done here, probably just give you guys my my final thoughts. So this one obviously handles more rounds. So I am also, you guys, I am going to do an experiment because I haven't seen anybody try it because everybody just says mini shells don't work. I would like to broaden the capacity on the Aftershock, at least get it up to a couple more rounds, up to 6, because it only holds 5. And so I'm thinking of cutting it down, probably going down to 2 1/4, 2. Ideally, if I can get it down to 2 and get safe pressures and all that, where it's probably doing 1300 FPS, and see if those function. Because I mean, it boils down to both components, right? Is feet per second and the size of the shell. So I wonder if the shell's just won't be so quite as small. So I'm going to experiment with that. So if you guys like to see that, comment that down below too. But let's give this a go. Now keep in mind, you guys, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and try to use this like how I was doing with the Aftershock. That way I kind of get the same feel, right, with the recoil, the whole shebang. So. So we had a failure to feed there. Oh, nope. Failure to eject. Oh. All right. Okay. So one failure eject, so that's 1 to 1. And that's another failure to eject. But I don't know. Tell me what you guys think. This got kind of a kind of tore apart on this shell. This might have been a little bit to do with the shell versus the gun. But that's 2 failures of feed on this one versus the 1. Keep in mind, you guys, this is crap ammo. Why didn't that... Sorry, guys, it didn't Okay. I probably should get my gloves on because I'm glad I haven't gotten the barrels hot enough where they're really scorching. They're hot, it's not scorching. Oh, and I'm going to take this blue one, the one that the 990 didn't fire. So that will be the next round after this one. Let's go ahead and try this one sideways. So it did fire that one, but this another to fire. Let's see if it'll fire it this time. Okay. I'm gonna eat up all these old shells out here today, you guys. So I brought out a couple of 100 rounds. So for brevity's sake, I may cut some of this out or speed some of it up. One of the two. Whoops. But I tell you guys what, it's a scorcher out here today, you guys. And we always get, I'm going to apologize if the mic is getting any wind drift, but we do have a little bit of a breeze. Very mild just because I'm out in the flat land here, but see, you know how that stuff goes with mics, and I don't know if you guys could tell the bugs flying around me. So where it seemed like this was having the more trouble was when I was doing it on the low. See, again, like it's not getting enough force. Oh, so didn't eject. Didn't eject again. All right, you guys, it did what I was afraid it was going to do. I think it overheated and it shut itself off. So you guys missed the part where I said, because this one was, the 940 was having so much trouble ejecting some of these shells that I thought, I won't even know until I go back and replay this. But if I caught that or not in the video, but it may be that it was getting ejections issues because of the system, the differences in the recoil systems, because there is a different feel between these two. And the reason this split, you're going to see me holding the Aftershock again, because that's the part that cut out and I didn't know it did, that I wanted to switch to this to see if this had the same troubles with the shells in the same box. Now, keep in mind, these are really old shells. I mean, they're probably, like I said, like 25 years old. I mean, or so. If you look at these are old Federal shells. Look at the brass is even fancy. You got the grooves on these. These are old Federal shells. So really old shells. I even got what are these? Old Bob White paper shells. Some old shells. So I really pushing these things to their max, giving these the worst case scenario, the most crap ammo that you can feed it, and the most unexpected. I don't even know what frames per second that they're getting. We could be anywhere from 1,000 to 1,200, right? So you probably missed an additional 20, well, no, probably 15 rounds, I would say, on this, on swap it back to this, because I wanted to see, it feels like this was, the 940 would struggle a little bit more with the hip, and just the systems themselves feel a little bit different. I think this one is a little bit lighter in the recoil. So I don't know if it has to do with the change in the recoil system. Maybe they developed a little bit where it doesn't have to have that extra support, if that makes sense. Kind of like with your handgun, with you know, if you limp wrist, you know, you'll induce it malfunctions or whatnot. So it could be a combination of the two with the 940, the crap ammo, and then plus not me shooting it like I do the Aftershock, because it doesn't have the benefit of having the stock on here. Not getting that extra support. So that's a possibility. So yeah, it's who knows? Because this one, even after the 15 rounds, I did get a couple of failure eject. Not as much as out of the same box. Not as many as the 940 was getting, but this one did get a couple. So now I check that. And as I'm talking, here's another one. Another old Federal. Spoke too soon. This one this shell's stuck in here, so I need to dig this out. All right, so here's what I'm going to do, you guys. I'm going to give these things a fair shot after I finish these last rounds here. I'm going to go ahead and switch to a good box of ammo. All right, so let's do, we got regular box here. All things considering, you guys, so I'm going to shoot some, I stopped and they had this on sale over at Buy Marked, $7.99 for these. So I picked these up on my way, and we're gonna give these a go. So these are brand new shells. Now, real quick, sorry for getting too close to the camera, you guys. I am gonna try with this fresh good ammo. I'm going to shoot a couple rounds, swap the other one. That way I can do them a little bit closer together to compare. So I'll do a couple. Okay, so we're gonna give that a try. So I'm going to load this out. Look at that flashlight, you guys. Just there's no other way to mount it on here, so it's getting all that carbon. Okay, so this one I have 6 rounds in, so I'll put 6 rounds in this one. I don't remember how many I put in here, you guys. I think that's it. Okay. So let's move this so I can come over here real quick and grab that. That failure to eject the Fiocchi. This one, I think I didn't count it properly. Oh, wow. You guys are going to want to see this. It's a nasty one. So I think this one was ammo. Or maybe it's just I got this so hot. See if you guys can see that. That extractor ripped that case. Do you see that? You can see the metal right there. It just tore that brass. I shouldn't have probably let that close. That is crazy, you guys. I'm gonna have to use a tool to get this out. All right, you guys, well, guess what? Camera overheated again. Good thing it was fine. I've actually been getting lucky in the times that it has cut out, because that's when I was looking for the my cleaning rod to jam that out. So hopefully you guys caught that in that when I brought it up close to show you how that came out, because in the midst of waiting for this to cool down and me try to give it a little bit extra charge to finish this video up, I misplaced that shell. I even went through the bag as I was even starting to pick up all my stuff, and I was like, oh, did I actually throw it in the bag? And anyways, it's not in the bag, so it may actually fell out, and it's in my gear tote. So if I find that when I get home, I'll annotate a picture of that. But hopefully you guys caught that, because that ejector just ripped that that brass off there. Like, I couldn't even, I mean, it was tore off. There's no way for me to pull it out from the port here, so I had to jam it, had to pop it out from the muzzle. So anyways, so I'm going to go ahead and see, that was strange. So that's definitely ammunition related on that, on the brass. So I'm going to go ahead and give this a couple more rounds and give you guys my final thoughts. So I'm going to do, let's do 4 rounds. 4 rounds each. Yeah, that was crazy. I apologize for the video quality, you guys. If we get this channel built up, maybe I can hire a video guy. Stuff there, but we're not there now. I took the target down already, so I'm just gonna put it out and just put it out in the air here. I might do a couple more. I think I already know, but I'm gonna solidify that right now. And oh, and I forgot to hook the mic back up, so you top it all, you're getting bad audio. Sorry for that, you guys. Hopefully you can hear enough and I don't have to do a voiceover. Move you guys over and give you guys final thoughts here, and I will go ahead and hook the mic back up so you guys can catch everything. Just give me a second, let me make sure it's powered on. Okay, we are up. Let me grab. So, a couple things. Both of them have that handguard thing. If you guys, let me get this close to my mic here, pull this down. You hear that? They both have that wiggle in the handguard, and you feel it when it's firing. So be nice if they fix that, or have come out with a fix for that. If you guys notice, I took the strap off of this. I don't need a strap on a semi-auto. So first thoughts. So I actually think the Aftershock has a little bit less recoil than the 940 Pro. not like nothing dramatic less, just less. I think they're very comparable. I think next year when I can put the stock on here, I think I'll probably do another head-to-head on it. But honestly, I feel like after I get this kitted out and with the stock and all this, I think I'll actually like this better. The downfall to this, I know a lot of people wish the 940s came with the rail instead of the optic cut. I like the optic cut. You can still put a rail on that after anyway, so I don't know what people complain about. I wish this had the optic cut, but I do and I don't, because this Viper text comes down just as low as low as you can get without being cut in there. And with this, but the mount, because it's a mount and optic all in one, it's the same price to what I pay for the Holosun EPS anyway, so that's kind of equal. This one does have the upgraded safety versus that one, because I got early model, because Mossberg likes to do rolling changes and upgrades later on. It frustrates the heck out of me, so they'll come out with an optics cut on here. And I think in other videos I pull out, I already pointed out some visual stuff, differences on them, but yeah, I like it a lot. I think this will keep up the best of them, this Aftershock. I think my thoughts afterwards, I think after I get a stock on here, I think I'll like this one better. I think I got less malfunctions out of this too, with the crummy ammo. The real crummy ammo. And I warned you guys, I mean, a lot of people are like, gonna be like, well, how are you gonna really get a real good idea well, if they could function with crummy ammo and it not be too terribly bad, that should tell you something. This did get less malfunctions with the crummy ammo. It did have the one malfunction with the Fioki, with the good with quote quote good ammo, right? New I should say, new stuff. But it only had that failure because the ammo failed, because the brass tore. The brass tore. So take that. That's crazy. I want to find that shell. Hopefully, when I was bringing this up to that the camera caught that. But yeah, so that's my impressions, you guys. I like it. So with that, you guys, thanks for watching. Sorry if this is kind of a little bit all over the place in there. It's just me and a camera, and the camera having technical difficulties and keep overheating, and me having to deal with all that at the same time as trying to get this video out to you guys. So working with all these obstacles in my way at the same time. So with that, you guys, thanks for watching. God bless you guys, and I'll see you on the next video.